Good afternoon. This is Celestial Time. I'm the old sage, Reverend Lorena Walsh, and I'm coming to you from Hartsville, Indiana. And today we are going to talk about the young souls. I initially named this book Young Souls because the Young Soul Planet was what I kept getting when I was getting my Voices of Wisdom, which we covered last week when we did this. But Young Soul Planet, this is a Young Soul Planet. A lot of people didn't want to hear that because they don't want to be young souls. They want to be old souls. Okay. They're also cosmic old souls. Well, let's look at this young soul planet for a little minute, and then maybe we can feel a little bit better about the things that we see and the things that are happening around us, and understand a little bit more about how the earth, our goddess, our mother, is nurturing us and taking care of us and trying to get us to grow. I've been talking about graduation a lot. We all seem to be getting ready to make a transition. You can't miss hearing everywhere that Earth is making a transition, or Earth changes are coming, or things like that are happening. So let's look into this just a little bit more and see if we can make some sense of it. Everywhere in biblical literature, they talk about we are children of God. Well, it doesn't matter what you call God. We do seem to be, as a species, rather childlike. We tend to mess up our room. We tend to mess up our planet. We tend to write on the walls. We do all kinds of things that little kids can do. And we try to climb out of our playpen, and it seems like everywhere you look, there's a bit of chaos and a bit of destruction. Well, if you ever had a 2-year old, you understand what that's like. You're constantly just running right after them, making sure they stay safe. Well, the mother goddess, I do honestly believe, wants us to be safe as we learn and we grow. So, uh, we're learning, we're coming along. We're trying to advance, trying to find enlightenment and awareness. And, it's all energy that we have. And, we need to carry the light. We need to at least be willing to open ourselves to a higher inspiration, a higher spirituality. Pretty much get off our knees and take our place is in the species, in the galaxy, in the cosmos. Okay, but children have to graduate, and it's kind of time that we took some responsibility for ourselves and for where we are and what we're doing. That's what seems to be happening on the planet at large. And if we don't take responsibility, the planet will shake us off like a bunch of fleas, and we'll have to start over. Starting over, it's not. It there's no time except for here. So does it matter whether we make it or not? Does it matter? Perhaps some of us will make up us, and some will not. Some of us are in fourth grade, and some of us in eighth grade, and some of us are in high school, and some of them are in college. That's the way it goes, but that's still young energy. Okay, even a graduating college student is still young in comparison to a sage, an old, a very old person, such as myself. I'm old, and so college grads now is like, oh yeah, that's a kid. But when we were there, we didn't feel like that. We felt like we wanted to go, get done, make happen, do. Well, the Industrial Revolution, the Industrial Age, is perfect for young soul energy, wanting to make things happen, and but not understanding the cost to the entire planet, our pollution, all the things that go along with that. If the project fails, it'll just begin again, because souls are eternal, bodies are not. Um, David Wilcox is in many others, talking about a solar event, a solar flash, where the radiation comes in, and a lot of people pass out of this life in one day. Okay, they set their bodies down in one day. Everybody's going to do that one way or the other. Just a whole bunch of them do it at once. Perhaps the rest of them will catch the hint and go, wait a minute, what is going on? But it's neither good nor bad. Duality is the illusion. it matters to you in your soul growth, but it doesn't matter in the cosmic plan of things. If you choose to move forward, or if you just want to go to fifth grade from fourth, that's okay. You're at where you're at by right of your own consciousness, and that's, you should absolutely love that. On the other hand, cleaning up your room, in other words, cleaning up this planet and cleaning up your junk and your garbage, and stop polluting the oceans and making it difficult for the rest of the critters on this planet, might be something it might be time to do, because I don't think there's going to be any more young souls on this planet. I've gotten some information through my channeling and through other people's channeling stuff. The young soul, this planet is graduating herself, and she's not going to be handling young souls. So if you're still a young soul and still want to play in the mud, then you'll incarnate again on another planet to do it, not this one. That's just as simple as that. There's no up or down, right or wrong. It's just what is. Where are you, and where you choose. Where would you like to be? What would you like to do? The environment is telling us that what we're doing isn't working. So if you were to incarnate on another third dimensional planet, you might be more like, very natural, into, hunting and gathering or something like that, because you can't screw up the whole planet if it's not that many of you. And, it doesn't matter if you leave your junk is biodegradable, because you haven't figured out plastic yet. So that works out pretty good for everybody, don't you think? And then we all get to learn and we get to grow wherever we're at. Okay. The New Age crowd doesn't like hearing that they're young souls, but many of them are graduating, like from 7th to 8th grade, and you're going to go to middle school now, and they're excited, and we need that excitement, and we need that to get things fired up and make some changes. But as you see the world right now, you see many of the environmental changes are being rescinded, and there's chaos always before a storm. I won't get into that, but I can see so clearly that we are headed not for disaster, but for change. I really do believe that much of what's going on right now is just to get our attention and make us choose what's really important to us. What do we really want? Do we really want a healthy life, a healthy body, and a clean planet, or do we want chaos and destruction? It's up to you. Pick your timeline and move along it, because every single one of us picks our own timeline. That's a little heavier than what we're doing here. This book is really a primer. It helps you look at some of the things that I say, and many of the ways to find your own personal happiness or safety. It shows you how you can make changes in your life and how come you're where you're at. It's something in this book is for everyone. Since it is a book, it covers a lot of topics that, they might not pertain to you, but it's going to pertain to somebody what your lineage is, what your parents are, where you came from, what you believe in, what you don't believe in, and what that says about you, and how you can change those deep inner beliefs. Okay? Because that is what changes your world, and your world is the planetary world. Again, with 100 monthly theory, when enough minds are focused on positive, focused on change, focused on graduation, then graduation will happen for the mass, because it's a tipping, and thought and mind is actually all there is. You have to have emotion with it, and when you're all upset because everything is going to heck, you get the emotion. Unfortunately, some of it is fear. I'm a religious science minister, and religious science says that what you believe deep in your heart and soul is what you manifest. And each one of us, our beliefs are being manifest, and it's kind of like the 100 monkey. Which one is going to win? Which one is going to be prevalent? Which ideology, which set of beliefs? And I'm not talking about religion, because every single religion has basically the same tenets, and they call them different things, and they argue about them because they're young souls. Okay. My way, no, mine. Give me that. That's mine. I want it to be my way. No, mine. Uh, and it's a lot of to do about nothing because everybody's talking about the same thing. But you have to take mind. You have to know to the deepest of your psyche, ability, body, belief, what it is that you choose. And in this book, it'll help you understand what you've chosen on autopilot, because we're all choosing every day. It's just sometimes it's on autopilot. And when we're on autopilot, we just naturally expect, so therefore we attract what we've always expected, and we've always attracted. And we've proven that that's so for us because we've expected it and attracted it. We don't realize that was our expectation that attracted our reality to start with. And by learning that that is true, and I'm hoping that with this book, it's down and just normal speaking, kind of fun, a little bit risque, and sometimes, not exactly, but just it's just talking to you in a language you should be able to understand. Maybe. I hope so. I'm trying. Okay. But once you have it in your mind what it is that you choose, so many of the gurus are going, "Oh yeah, you gotta do affirmations." Well, you can affirm until the devil freezes over. I'm sorry, but until you feel it, until you change your ideas into your heartfelt belief, nothing's going to change. When I do a science of mind treatment for you, I whip up my belief. I start to speak. I know, absolutely know this is a law. This is true. I whip that up to the place that it goes from my head to my heart. And my heart, that 18 inches between my brain and the brain in my heart, when they're in unison and I speak my word, bam, stuff happens. Stuff happens if I'm speaking it for you, because I have so much emotions and understanding that I can override your autopilot belief. Of course, you have to keep going and understand this too. And I certainly hope that you do. Get my book. Check out Duality is the Illusion. Work with me with it. You can also text me, email me, call me, and we can set up times to work together. I do take students one or two at a time. I do the Renaissance Festival, so I'm on the road. I'm doing the Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival right now, but that does not mean that I'm away from my computer. My computer is with me wherever I go. And my phone certainly is too. So if you would like to sign on and work with me, be sure to subscribe to this video, and let me know where you're at and how I can help. So with that, I say farewell. I hope there's blessings shining down upon you because you have accepted them, and I accept them for you. And I simply say thank you, Spirit, for our time together. And so it is.